Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue to read the Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read. The king of Agamemnon took his lead, saluting. Again, old man, you outfight the Argives in debate. Father Zeus, Athena, Apollo, if only I had 10 men like Nestor to plan with me among Achilles' armies. Then we could topple Priam's citadel in a day, throttle it in our hands, and gut Troy to nothing. But Cronus' son, Zeus, with his shield of storm, insists on embroiling me in painful struggles, futile wars of words. Imagine I and Achilles rankling over a girl, battling man to man, and I was the first to let my anger flare. Ah, if the two of us could ever think as one, Troy could delay her day of death no longer, not one moment. Go now, take your meal, the sooner to bring on war. Quickly, let each fighter sharpen his spear well, balance his shield well, feed his horse well, with plenty of greens to build their racing speed. Each man look well to his chariot's running order. Nerve himself for combat now, so all day long we can last out the grueling duels of Iris. No breathing space, no let up, not a moment, not till the might comes on to part the fighter's fury. Now sweat will soak the shield strap around your chest. Your fist gripping the spear will ache with tensing. Now the leather will drench your war team's flanks, hauling your sturdy chariots. But any man I catch, trying to skulk behind his long-beaked ships, hanging back from battle, he is finished. No way for him to escape the dogs and birds. So he commanded, and the armies gave a deep, resounding roar like waves crashing against the cliff when the south wind whips it, bearing down some craggy headland jutting out to sea. The waves will never leave it in peace. Thrashed by gales that hit from every quarter, breakers left and right, the troops sprang up, scattered back to the ships, lit fires beside their tents and took their meal. Each sacrificed to one or another deathless god, each man praying to flee death and the ground of war. But the lord of man, Agamemnon, sacrificed a fat, rich ox, 5 years old, to the son of mighty Cronus, Zeus, and called the chiefs of all the Argive forces. Nestor first, the foremost, then King Idomeneus, the great and the little Ajax, Tydeus, son Diomedes, and Odysseus 6, a mastermind like Zeus, the lord of the war, crying Menelaus, came uncalled. He knew at heart what weighed his brother down. He stood in a ring around the ox, took up barley, and then, rising among them, King Agamemnon raised his voice in praying, Zeus, Zeus, God of greatness, God of glory, Lord God of the dark clouds, who lives in the bright sky. Do not let the sun go down or the night descend on us, not till I hurl the smoke-black house of Priam headlong, torch his gaze to blazing rubble, rip the tunic of Hector, and slash his heroic chest to ribbons with my bronze, and a rock of comrades round him. groveling face down, gnaw their own teeth. And so Agamemnon prayed, but the son of Cronus would not bring his prayer to pass. Not yet. The father accepted the sacrifice too, but doubled the weight of thankless, ruthless war. Once the men had prayed and flung the volley, first they lifted back the heads of the victims, slit their throats, skinned them, and carved away the meat from the thigh bones and wrapped them in fat, double-folded, sliced, cleaned, topped with stripe of flesh, and they burned them on cleft stick, peeled and dried, split the vitals, had them over Hephaestus flames, and once they shattered the thighs and tasted the organs, they cut the rest into pieces, pierced them with spits, and roast them to turn, pull them off, and fire, and the work done, and the feast laid out, they ate while no man's hunger lacked a share of banquet. When they had put aside the desire for food and drink, Nestor's noble old horseman spoke out first. Marshal Atreides, Lord of men, Agamemnon, no man trading speeches now, no more delay, putting off the work the God puts in our hands. Come, let the heralds cry out to all contingents. Full battle armor, muster the men along the ships. Now down we go, united, review them as we pass, down through the vast encampment of Achaea, the faster to rouse the slashing god of war. Agamemnon, the lord of men, did not resist. He commanded heralds to cry out loud and clear and summon the long-haired Achaeans troops to battle. Their cries ran out. The battalions gathered quickly. The warlords, dear to the gods and flanking Agamemnon, strode on ahead, marshalling men at arms in files. And down their ranks the fiery-eyed Athena bore her awesome shield of storm, ageless, deathless, 100 golden tassels, all of them braided, tied, and each worth 100 oxen, float along the front, her shield of lightning dazzling, swirling around her. Headlong on Athena swept through the Argive armies, driving soldiers harder, lashing the fighting fury in each Achaea's heart. No stopping them now, mad for war and struggle now. Suddenly, battle thrilled them more than the journey home, and then sailing hollow ships to their dear native land. I'm going to stop here now and continue next time. Thank you for watching.